just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe.
What it do, MB gang? It's me again, back with another video. And as you can see, I'm like trying to be a little consistent, y'all. Y'all people trying to be consistent. I am and is. If you're new to my channel, my name is Annie again. What I do here is a little bit of everything.
So just stay tuned. If you're watching this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you like this video up. We're on our way to 1K. All right, your girl is trying to get to 1K, and I need your help. So let's just automatically, you would just share my video, right? Because we friends now, girl. So it is Sunday. I'm a little lazy, as you can see. Ain't nothing done. I got on my house shirt. Like, I'm chilling. So let's just get into this video. Grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, grab whatever you need. I don't eat Taco Bell, but if you like Taco Bell, this cinnamon twist, it's good as fuck. Let's go. All right, y'all. So this story happened, well, this situation took place like, I think like 22, 23 years old. I'm just going to make a disclaimer. I do not write these stories down, so I don't like remember the full thing. I just remember what really sticks out to me. So yeah, so if anything seems like it's around and around in circles, I'm just remembering as I go. Number one, I just want to start off by saying, at this time, I was broke. I was young and I was working at a job that did not pay much. My friend, I met her at this job. I'm still friends with her. So she had planned a birthday to Atlanta again, and I think this was my first time going to Atlanta. There was two friends that I met at this job, and we're gonna name the one that I'm still friends with, we're gonna name her Debbie. The one that the other one that I met along with her, like I think a month after, we're gonna name her Jessie. I met these two girls and we became very close. We started doing everything together. Birthday, we went ahead, we got the tickets or whatever, and we already had like a plan. The thing is, we all freaking worked at the same place, so we all needed that Friday off to go. I don't remember what it was. We made up some lie and all three of us had got that day off to go. Debbie had told us that there was another friend of hers that was coming along. From my understanding, I don't think that the girl was supposed to ride in the cars with us. I don't know if I'm remembering clearly, but it was something going on because her dad or somebody lived there. So it was gonna be more easier for her to get around. We had to get a rental car, and at the time, like I said, I was 22, I think going on 23, and Debbie was older than us. Debbie was turning, I think, 25. So Debbie had the opportunity to rent a vehicle, and we had an Airbnb. All three of us had to pitch in for this Airbnb. There was two rooms. Me and Jessie shared a room, and then Debbie and her friend, we're gonna just name her T. Debbie and her friend T, they shared a room. Because I don't remember, I think T came the next day or she showed up a little bit later that day. And so we went to this restaurant. I forgot what it was called. It was so good, y'all. Like, I've never had that like good food like that in Atlanta.
All the other times that I went to Atlanta, their food don't taste good. I'm so sorry. Like, that city is lit, but the food, not so much. But that place that we went to, oh my God, I hope I remember it soon, but so I can put it in here. If I don't, I'm sorry, y'all. But it was so good. It was like Southern cuisine with like slash brunch, some kind of shit like that.
So then we went to go check into the Airbnb. The Airbnb was so nice, beautiful. It had a nice kitchen. It was like a condo. Like I said, all three of us was supposed to pitch in for that. We actually was supposed to all pitch in for everything. Debbie's brother, which is her older brother, he lives, or cousin lives in Atlanta. So he had already had like things mapped out for us to do. He knew like some bars, some places like kind of like low maintenance for our first time. So the first night, I'm not gonna lie, we had fun. So she had made a comment and was like, hey, so what do you guys do? How much you guys get paid? And so I was like, we get paid enough. Like that, because it's like when people ask you stuff like that, it's like, what the heck? Like, why are you asking me that? Why the fuck is that your business? Eventually, Jessie had told her what we got paid. So she was just like, what? She was like, oh my God. Like making it seem like it was just so bad. I made it happen. So I didn't go on that trip asking nobody for nothing. Like I didn't go on the trip asking nobody to buy me nothing. None of that. I made sure my shit was in place.
So when she said it, I'm just like, oh, but this bitch must have money? Like, this bitch must be banking.
I think Debbie's friend was either 25, 26. So at the time, like, okay, bitch, you better be making more money than her. But it's just like, it's the way she did it. And I ain't gonna lie, it made me feel away. That's why I told Has I make enough.
We had got dressed and everything, and Debbie's cousin took us out. We went like on this trip. I forgot where it's at, y'all. Please don't give me, I'm so horrible with directions and places. It's like, how do you not know where you go? Like, you don't pay attention.
So we did go to like this one place that had like a long ass strip. Kind of like, it looked kind of like downtown kind of thing. And they had like just a list of bars and a list of places.
So we go to a couple of these places. The first bar we went to was super lit. Like, it started off like real chill, but then like it started getting packed. So we got like tables and like dim blue lights and food, restaurant, music.
Like, it was a cool little vibe. T, she was cool or whatever. And like me and Jesse was like telling Debbie, we're like, oh, she cool. I didn't want to say certain things to Debbie because I was feeling a way about her a little bit, because I kind of saw how she was. She was a little bit annoying, and she was a little bit too out there for me. Like, she kind of wanted attention, but I just let it be. Like, I ain't say nothing to Debbie, because you know some people get offended about their friend, and she knew this girl longer than me, so I just held my place. And so Jesse like telling me like, I don't know about her, she cool, but I don't know. So mind y'all, I told y'all the first night she said she wasn't sleeping there, but either I said she said she wasn't sleeping there, or I said she didn't sleep there, but she did. The first night she did end up sleeping there. So we like, okay, like, you say you wasn't sleeping here, but you are. So she did. The next morning we woke up, we all was supposed to go to the mall. I was still asleep though. Jesse and Debbie had went to the store to go get some food, and the girl T, she was there, but she was weird. Like, I was in my room the whole time. When I got up to go to the bathroom or whatever, she saw me, but like, she didn't really say much. So then they finally came back. We had all got dressed to go to the mall. I think me and Debbie was the only ones who bought something. So the other girl, she kept picking up stuff, and she kept saying like, oh, this is cute, I'm gonna buy this, I want to buy that, but she didn't. To be honest, guys, like, when we went out, like, I'm that type of person, like, yeah, I didn't have it like that, but I made sure I made myself look like something. Like, this bitch did not look good. Like, she looked cheap. Like, her dressing, like, just wasn't it. It wasn't my style. It wasn't, but hey, to each his own. So then we leave the mall, we go back to the we get some food, and we go back to the Airbnb, and we chill for a little bit because we are a little tired. And then later she asked my friend Debbie like, oh, can I borrow the rental? I want to say it was to go get some weed or something. So I'm like, I look at Debbie and I'm just like, hold on. Like, I'm thinking in my head, you didn't put no gas in this car yet. You say you wasn't spending the night. You spent the night the first night. Are you even paying this girl for all this stuff? Now you want to take the rental car and sacrifice our freedom. I just had a feeling that she was not, because I could tell how she was. I just had a feeling she was not paying my friend. She tell her like, yeah, just be careful. And Debbie is like, she's not a pushover, like, but Debbie, I guess she was trying to be cool. So she was just like, yeah, like, go ahead. But the fact that we had to wait on this girl, y'all, we waited on this girl. We waited on this girl for like, literally, she kept saying, I'm coming, I'm coming. At this point, we're ready now. And me personally, sometimes it take me a long time to get dressed, depending on like if I don't know what I'm wearing. So mind you, she comes back and we already like sleepy now because stuff closed early in Atlanta. She finally comes, and now we have to wait on this bitch to get ready. So we go to the lounge or whatever, and we smoke. We do the little hookah thing. Cool. We have fun. All right, I think I'm going too far, y'all. I'm confused with myself. I'm trying to remember the nights. Like, I'm getting the nights mixed up. There was this place that Debbie had found, I think, on Instagram. So it was like a lounge, and so happened that her cousin was going there too. So it was like one of those things where you had to take a elevator up. It was like on a rooftop. Pretty cool. It was a nice little place. I like the scenery. Like, it was just cool. More like for older people though, maybe like 30s. But we caught a little vibe there, but we was getting a little bored. We took our little pictures, and then we told him like, oh, we gonna dip, right? So then after that, we were gonna go to this party. Now there was gonna be a celebrity at this party, and it was like a club, and this was T's idea. She had found this, mind you, like I said, she already had family there, so I think she had already, like, she was familiar with over there because she lived there at one point with her family members. So she was like, yeah, let's go to this club. They got so-and-so gonna be there. Like, she acting like a little groupie. Like, she really wanna go to this spot. So we like, Debbie was like, Jessie was like, because Jessie was more so like, she was one of our friends who didn't really like dress up like that, and she was still trying to find her like place in style. So she was just like, I'm not prepared for that. Like, I don't want to go, you know, like it was just that point blank period. And I'm just like, I'm with whatever, you know, I look good. So I'm like, I'm with whatever, you know, just make sure it is what you say. Because I think she was saying like it was free for girls to get in at a certain time, or like it was a certain amount. Atlanta clubs ain't cheap. So I'm thinking in my head, this girl better be on point with her shit. Mind y'all, like I said, I'm watching my little funds. Now, I had money, but I still was trying to budget. The shit is packed. Like, it's a line all down the fucking curb around, and it's niggas and bitches everywhere. So I'm just like, oh no. We all like, no. We done drove all the way over here. Mind y'all, on the way there, because she was driving, on the way there, we hitting lumps and bumps and lumps and bumps. And the fucking car, she hit the curb, and the car like, boom, boom. And mind you, I'm thinking in my head, has this girl paid for this fucking rental yet? Has she put in anything? Has she put in gas? No, her ass is fucking driving this shit like it's her car. So I'm like, okay. I think Debbie eventually was like when we had got there, Debbie eventually was like, let me take the wheel, like, let me drive. Because the line was so long, me and Debbie and Jessie was like, nah, let's go. Let's find something else to do. I don't got no fucking money to skip no line. Like, no, let's not even embarrass ourselves. Let's just go. So she's steady, like, being a groupie, y'all. Mind you, have not seen this girl pay for nothing. You got money to skip a line? Like, you head on, like, trying to get into this club, and you don't have no funds. To me, like, she hasn't said it, but to me, you don't have no funds. And then on top of that, you being a groupie bitch. So finally we leave. She kind of got like a little attitude. She like, oh, we could have went there. We could have waited, blah, blah, blah. So Debbie like, let me call my cousin and see what's next. Like, what else can we do besides this shit? So he calls us back, and we go to the same little strip spot that we went to the first time when we got there that Thursday night. And that shit was lit again. They had music. They had food. We was hungry as hell too. So we had got food or whatever. Now, y'all, we ordered food, right? And at this time, I was on a diet. I remember me saying this specifically. I'm like, oh, I'm on a diet, so I'm gonna give me like a fancy little salad that they got. What's their special salad? So I get my little special salad or whatever. And so T comes over to me, and she's like, hey, what are you ordering? And I was like, I'm getting me a salad. She was like, does it sound good? And I'm like, yeah, it look good or whatever. It got this, this, and this in it. I'm telling her everything it got in it. I'm telling her how much it is, blah, blah. So she's like, oh, do you think that you could order my food and I'll pay you back later when I get to the room? What? I'm thinking in my head, here we go. Me being me, like, I'm trying not to sound cheap because I don't want like a little $15 to sound cheap. I think it was like $15, $16. I don't want to sound cheap, so I'm like, okay. But at that time, it was a pride thing, and I didn't want to seem like a broke bitch. So I told her, okay, fine. So I get her food or whatever, and then we go over. We stay for a little bit. We listen to music for a little bit. We take our food, and then we go back to the Airbnb. We go back to the Airbnb, and we eat our food. Food good. This heifer still has not given me my $15, $16 back. She has not said nothing about it. And I'm in my head like, I'm not going to say nothing about it because I don't want a bitch to be looking at me like I'm being broke. You know, like when you buy something for somebody or you lend somebody, you don't want to be that person to keep nagging. Remember what happened. But either this was the next night or the night before. I think the night before, I'm like, I'm going to go to Publix and get Debbie a cake. And I'm gonna get her like some treats or whatever. Nobody else, just me.
Jessie don't even really chip in. Jessie was a little broke too. She another story. Jessie was broke too, and I'm not friends with her no more. She was broke too, but this story about T. But she was broke, and we knew she was broke, so that wasn't the issue.
That was our friend at the time. Jessie had asked me to borrow $80 when we went to the club. Now, y'all, do you know we laid down? Me and Jessie laying down. We talking for a little bit, and I hear like a deep voice. This bitch T got a nigga in the house with us. She got a man in the house with us. So we don't even know what's going on. She did not say nothing to us. She did not say nothing. Now, Debbie in her room in the back sleep. Don't know what's going on. But our room was in the front. So me and Jessie is like, you hear that? I heard it. So I get up or whatever and I peep, open the door. It's a man and T sitting on the couch laughing and giggling. When did we say this was okay? What if some shit would have happened to all of us without us even knowing this man was in the house?
So the next morning, I tell Debbie, I'm like, did you know that there was a man here? Like, did you know anything about that or whatever? And Debbie like, nah, I didn't know. I'm like, you didn't hear that? Me and Jessie heard a man, deep man voice, and we know T don't sound like that. So we know it was a man here.
The girl T's like, oh, Debbie, I'm going to so-and-so house. I don't remember who it was. It was either a family or a friend. I'll be back, right? So we waited a little bit for her, but then after a while we was like, no. I think Debbie got tired of the bullshit. Like, Debbie was over it. And I agree, because I'm just like, what is up with this girl? Like, what is wrong with her? She texts her like, oh, I'm coming. I'm just trying to handle something. You don't do that on somebody's birthday. We all came out here for the same mutual friend to celebrate her birthday. Not for you to go dibble and dabble with this nigga, this friend, this, that. Like, no. But we go to this restaurant that we had wanted to try, and the line was so long that I'm gonna try to see if I can find that picture, because I had took a picture in front of the little background thing, and we tried to get in there, but it was just, didn't nobody had time for that. So what we ended up doing was, we found out that there was a fair going on Instagram. So we drove like an hour away, or an hour and a half away. We went on a little road trip in our trip, and we went to the fair, and we had so much fun. Like, we had fun, we got food, we drove back. By the time we got back home, I think it was like 12. We slept for a little bit, got up, went straight to the airport to come back to Florida. Debbie's like, I had to tell T about herself. I was like, for real? Like, she was like, because I was just so sick of it, everything she did. And do y'all know that I'm hunting her down for my rental money and for the Airbnb. So I'm like, she ain't never pay you for that? Even though I had already thought that in the back of my mind. This whole time you riding around on our money, on our broke ass money. You the one looking at us like we don't get paid a lot. You miss, I got it, but have not paid for anything. Then you telling Debbie like, oh, give me till Friday, I'll give it to you. Then Debbie's like, I asked her about your $16 for your food, and she's like, oh, what's her cash app? She did end up sending me the money, but Debbie had to wait for her money. And I'm just like, this heifer act like she had it all.
But on the way to the fair, like, we was talking, and I was telling her, like, I don't know, I don't want to tell you, like, the wrong thing about your friend. I was telling her, like, but your friend, like, she's a user, like, she's not being a good friend.
I kind of pretty much left it at that, and Debbie pretty much, she vented, and it came out, everything came out, and it was just like, wow, this whole time Debbie was feeling this way. Like I said, we went back to work, Debbie told us how everything unfolded, and that's her story really to tell, but they're not friends anymore. And it just was like, damn, like, this bitch was trying to act like we was broke, but she was really the broke bitch. Yeah, like, I had my shit together. Even though I ain't had that much money, y'all, I had my shit together more than both of them bitches, because Jessie was broke and fucking T was broke. The only ones who really had together was me and Debbie. And I'm gonna tell y'all, that's another story time about me and this Jessie bitch, because she pissed me the fuck off, and me and her not friends no more because she's a fucking weirdo. She ended up being a weirdo. She really shocked me. But yeah, y'all, don't forget to, that's the end of the story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Like this video up, and just remember that we are on our way to 1K. Sorry if this video wasn't, you know, too exciting or too much to your liking, but I got some more good little story times for you. Okay, bye.